Have you ever noticed something strange about your dog? You live in the same house, you feed them, you play with them, but somehow, your dog only follows one specific person. They wait outside that person's door. They walk behind them from room to room. And when that person leaves the house, the dog suddenly looks lost. At first it feels like favoritism, but what if I told you your dog isn't choosing a favorite? They're responding to something much deeper in their brain, and most dog owners completely miss it. Most people believe dogs follow one family member simply because that's the person who feeds them. But here's the weird part. In many households, the dog's favorite person isn't the one who feeds them at all. Sometimes it's the quietest person in the house. Sometimes it's the person who barely interacts with them. And sometimes it's the one person the dog refuses to leave alone. So what exactly is happening inside a dog's mind? To understand that, we need to look at how dogs choose their emotional anchor. Researchers studying dog behavior discovered something fascinating. Dogs form attachment bonds with humans that are surprisingly similar to the bonds between infants and their parents. In controlled behavioral tests, scientists observed how dogs reacted when their favorite human left the room. The results were striking. Dogs showed clear signs of emotional stress when that person disappeared, even when other family members were still present. Which means something important. To your dog, not all humans are equal. One person becomes their psychological safe place, and that single relationship can shape almost everything about their behavior. But here's the surprising part. Your dog doesn't choose that person based on who tries the hardest. They choose based on how safe their brain feels around that person. Dogs are constantly reading human behavior, your tone of voice, your body language, your emotional energy, and without realizing it, one person in the house usually sends the strongest signal of predictability and calm to a dog's brain that feels like survival security. So they follow that person, not because of food, not because of attention, but because their nervous system says, stay close to this human. But there's an even stranger behavior many dog owners notice. Some dogs don't just follow their favorite person. They guard them, they sit beside them, sleep near their door, or watch them constantly. Almost like the dog believes it's their responsibility to stay nearby. This isn't random. It's actually connected to how dogs evolved thousands of years ago, and it explains why your dog might be acting like your shadow. Dogs evolved from wolves that survived through pack relationships. Inside a wolf pack, members develop extremely strong bonds with specific individuals. Not everyone, just a few. These bonds increase survival. They help with protection, coordination, and emotional stability. Domesticated dogs still carry the psychological wiring, except now, their pack is your family. And just like in a wolf pack, dogs instinctively form one or two primary attachment bonds. That's why they may follow one person everywhere. That person becomes their core social partner, the one their brain monitors the most, the one they check for emotional signals, the one they feel safest around. But there's another side to this behavior that many people don't realize. Sometimes a dog's intense attachment isn't just love. It can also be anxiety. If a dog feels uncertain or stressed in their environment, they may cling tightly to the person who makes them feel secure. This is why some dogs panic when their favorite person leaves the house. They pace, they whine, they wait by the door, because in their mind, the one individual who regulates their stress is suddenly gone, and their brain doesn't know how to settle down without them. So what can you do if your dog only follows one family member? The goal isn't to break the bond. That bond is actually healthy and natural, but you can help your dog feel safe with multiple people in the house. Here's how. First, other family members should start participating in positive routines, feeding, short walks, play sessions. Second, keep interactions calm and predictable. Dogs trust humans who behave consistently. And third, avoid forcing the dog to interact. Trust grows when the dog chooses the interaction themselves. Over time, their brain begins expanding their circle of safety. But here's the part that many dog owners find the most powerful. If your dog follows you everywhere, it means something extraordinary. In your dog's mind, you are not just the person who lives in the house. You are the place where their nervous system feels safe. the center of their world, the human they instinctively trust to guide them through an unpredictable environment. And for an animal whose survival once depended entirely on trust within the pack, that bond is everything. Now I'm curious about something. Does your dog follow you everywhere, or someone else in your house? Tell me in the comments. I read every story. And if you want to understand another fascinating behavior, you should watch the next video about what dogs actually think when you're not home, because what they do when the house is empty might surprise you.